They came through the cold void in silence. The massive ship, dark and scarred by ages of travel, drifted toward the blue-green world that filled their screens. Its light pierced through the fractured hulls of their cruisers like a memory they had long buried. 20,000 years had passed since they last saw this planet. To them, time meant little. Their species measured centuries the way humans once measured seasons. But even so, this world carried weight. This was where they had lost their ship. This was where everything had gone wrong. The fleet stopped in orbit. The commander of the expedition stared down at the glowing sphere and spoke in a voice that carried through the ship. Prepare descent. The recovery teams must locate the lost vessel and its cargo. No interference is expected. The dominant species of this world should have long perished. The crew obeyed. Ancient scanners hummed to life, sweeping over continents and oceans. They found traces of civilization, ruins scattered across plains and mountains, cities covered by forests, glass towers half buried under the earth. Yet something about those shapes felt too ordered, too new. The commander frowned. Strange. Radiation levels are low. There are signs of power grids. The last records indicated total collapse 10 millennia ago. He dismissed it. Civilizations rose and fell. The important thing was the lost ship, their transport that had crashed during the Great Exodus. It had carried not just supplies but relics of their kind. Energy sources, gene archives, weapons sealed in containment. They believed this world to be primitive, unworthy of concern. After all, the creatures that lived here 20,000 years ago had barely discovered flight. A small shuttle broke away from the mothership and plunged through the clouds. It landed in what had once been a desert, but was now green with vegetation. The scanners showed the coordinates. The lost ship rested beneath layers of soil and stone. The crew began excavation with mechanical precision. The earth trembled as their machines tore through bedrock. Dust rose into the air. But then a signal pulsed through their sensors, an energy spike, faint but deliberate. It came from the east. Unidentified source detected, said one of the technicians. The commander turned. Explain. It's a directed pulse. Encoded transmission, matching none of our archives. Before he could respond, a voice echoed through the comms in a language that was not theirs but somehow understandable. You have entered restricted territory. Power down your engines and identify yourselves. The crew froze. The commander's eyes widened. That dialect, it's our ancient trade tongue, but modified. Impossible, whispered another. No species here could have learned it. Then from beyond the horizon, something rose into the air. Sleek metallic shapes cut through the sky. Crafts built with geometric precision and powered by blue thrusters. They formed a formation, circling above the excavation site. The commander ordered a halt. The machines fell silent. The newcomers hovered, scanning them. A transmission followed. This site is under the protection of the Terran Accord. State your purpose, Terran. The word echoed through the alien crew. It was a name from their old records, used to describe the creatures of this planet. The fragile bipeds who had barely survived when their ancestors fled. The commander responded carefully. We are explorers returning to recover what was left behind. This planet once held our vessel. There was a pause. Then the voice returned, calm but edged with authority. Your kind abandoned this world long ago. What you left is no longer yours. Lightning flashed in the distance. Clouds began to gather, manipulated by weather control systems. The aliens looked at one another in disbelief. The creatures they had once ignored now wielded technology capable of manipulating the atmosphere itself. The commander sent another message. We seek only what is ours, relics of our past, tools we left behind. Those tools, came the reply, nearly destroyed us before we rebuilt. You left your weapons buried in our soil. You left your poison in our oceans. You left your arrogance in our skies. Now you come to claim it again. Silence followed. The aliens activated visual feed. The screens filled with the image of a ship descending through the clouds. It was enormous, larger than any human vessel from their last encounter. Its hull gleamed with layered alloys unfamiliar to them. A symbol was etched upon it, an emblem of a spiral surrounding a single star. From it descended figures wearing white armor, faces hidden behind clear visors. They stepped onto the ground with quiet confidence. One of them approached the alien commander. You may call me Commander Hale, the figure said. You are trespassing on Earth, and your excavation violates the Accord of Recovery. The alien commander studied the human. Your species survived. Evolved. We did not expect this. Hale nodded. Survival was never in question. You left us broken, but you also left us curious. Your wreckage taught us. Your data cores shaped our science. The metals in your ships forged our first fusion drives. You thought we were insects beneath your feet. We learned by studying your footprints. The alien's hands clenched. We did not intend to interfere. We simply came to reclaim what was ours. What was yours, Hale said quietly, became ours the moment you left. Every fragment you abandoned, every scrap you forgot, it built us. You look at this planet and see a ruin. We see the cradle of everything we became. A pause stretched between them. Then the alien asked, "Will you deny us access?" Hale stepped forward. "Not deny, protect. There are things buried here that no one should awaken again. You left your weapons of containment, your energy cores, your genetic seeds. We buried them deeper, sealed them away, and swore never to use them." The commander hesitated. "We need those materials to restore our world. Ours is dying." "We thought perhaps," Hale raised a hand. "You thought you could come and take again?" The alien's tone hardened. "You speak boldly for a species that once crawled." "And yet," Hale replied, "here we stand above you." For a long moment, neither moved. The wind stirred the grass. The excavation pit glowed faintly as the buried ship hummed beneath layers of earth. The alien finally spoke. "If we cannot retrieve the ship, then at least allow us to take the archives. They contain memories of our kind, records of civilizations before yours existed." Hale considered. "Knowledge is not forbidden, but it will be shared on our terms. We decide what leaves this planet." The alien's eyes flickered with something close to fear. "You would hold the wisdom of ages hostage." Hale shook his head. "No, we are its guardians now." The alien commander turned to his crew. "Transmit data from the deep sensors. Locate the ship's core," a warning tone echoed. Hale's visor lit up. "You are engaging your systems. Cease immediately." But it was too late. Energy burst from the ground as the buried vessel reactivated. The soil cracked open, revealing a colossal shape rising like a mountain. Its hull glowed red, ancient power sources flaring to life. The alien shouted, "We have the signal." "The ship still functions." Hale ordered, "All units contain it." Human crafts descended, forming a perimeter. Energy fields shimmered around the rising vessel. The old ship groaned under the pressure. It had slept for 20 millennia, dreaming of stars now gone. The alien commander reached out toward it through his interface. "Respond to your masters," but the ship did not obey. Instead, its systems linked with the human network. Warnings flooded the alien consoles. The vessel's core had been reprogrammed thousands of years ago. Its control protocols bore new encryption, Terran in origin. Hale's voice came through the static. "That ship belongs to no one now. It is a monument." The alien stared at the glowing hull, realization dawning. "You rewired it, you made it yours," Hale nodded. "When we found it, it was broken. We studied it, learned from it, and sealed it here as a reminder of how close arrogance came to ending us all. You left your empire behind, but we carried its lessons forward." The alien's voice trembled. "You took what was divine and made it human." Hale looked up at the rising vessel. "Yes, we did. Because we had to." Thunder rolled across the plains. The ancient ship slowly sank back into the earth, guided by magnetic locks controlled from orbit. The ground sealed above it, leaving only silence. The alien commander bowed his head. "We came seeking our past. Instead, we found yours." Hale stepped closer, then learned from it. "We were small once, weak, forgotten. But every scar, every ruin, every fragment you left behind, we turned it into strength. You believed in eternal empires. We believed in surviving the impossible." The alien looked into the sky where human ships waited like sentinels. "You have surpassed us." "No," Hale said. "We simply adapted." The alien's voice grew quiet. "What will you do now?" "We will help you," Hale answered. "But not as subjects, as equals. Bring your world's data. We can restore what you've lost, but only if you understand that dominance is not the same as wisdom." The alien hesitated, then nodded slowly. "Perhaps this is why your kind endured. You fight not to rule, but to remember." Hale looked to the horizon where dawn began to rise. "We remember everything, even those who once left us behind." The alien ship prepared to leave. Before departing, the commander sent one final transmission. "Your world stands as proof that weakness is not eternal. We once pitied you, now we envy you. The human fleet watched as the alien vessels broke through the clouds and vanished into the dark. For a while, silence reigned. Then one of the human officers approached Hale. Do you think they'll come back?